Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Needles at the Ready. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Ray.
Today is Saturday, October 14th, 2023. Hope you are all doing well.
Yes, it is 8:56 a.m. on the East Coast.
And this is our YouTube channel.
Yeah, sure is. It's ours.
Ours, where we talk about knitting, crocheting, yarn dyeing, and all the fun stuff that goes along with that.
Yes.
So thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, it's lovely to have you here. Welcome, friends. Welcome to any new subscribers. Hopefully you'll find something that you enjoy. Welcome back to all of you wonderful people who have been supporting us over the past almost 4 years.
No, 3.
3?
This would wrap up our 3rd year. We'd be starting our 4th year in January.
Wow.
Right.
I know. We're getting closer and closer to that 100th episode. A lot of you have given some suggestions. We're thinking like bow ties and champagne.
Yeah, and then you know what I was thinking too? We talked about it briefly. I was thinking 100th episode and maybe that evening doing like a Zoom.
Oh.
And then maybe like a Zoom that's more like, I don't know if it's like a Ask Us Anything type of Zoom.
Okay.
And then it would be posted to YouTube. Like we'd record it and post it.
Okay, that sounds really fancy.
So maybe, who knows?
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea, actually.
I think it would be fun. We haven't done something like that in a while. And
no. We'll do like a 100th episode, like a official podcast, and then to have the Zoom afterwards. That's great.
Yeah, I
love that. Fun. Okay, lovely.
Okay.
Think about your questions. Don't post them below.
Decided.
I'm just kidding. Decided.
What else?
Check that box.
So what's been going on? How's our 2 weeks been?
Great. You know, we podcast 2 weeks ago, a fortnight ago. And then we had our niece's first birthday party.
Yes.
And we're lucky enough to be very close to my family.
All of our family.
All of our families.
Our family all lives within no more than a 10, 15-minute drive at the max.
So we ended up walking over there.
We did.
Which was really nice.
That.
Yeah.
Look at us being healthy.
I know, right? And then we, drank a little bit too much and then got driven home. So there's a trade-off there.
Right.
But it was really nice. It was very sweet to see her and, all of our nieces and nephews on my side of the family all in one spot. Watching them play and like holding the babies and all that fun stuff. So that was really cute.
Man, Roman knocked out on me.
You are the baby whisperer.
I am.
Any baby that Kevin holds falls asleep like immediately.
Yeah.
So if you all have any cranky babies, send them our way.
And I'll put them to sleep for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was super cute.
Mm-hmm. So that was.
Did you see the picture of him like on my shoulder and mouth is
wide open,
knocked out?
Totally. If it was me, I'd be drooling all over the place.
Well, he did drool all over the place.
Yeah, there's some pictures of us where we're like holding the babies, or we're just like taking pictures of all of us together and stuff. And most of us have giant wet spots on our shoulders and shirts and stuff.
Yeah, it was a good day.
It was very cute. Let's see what else. I feel like it's nice and early. I just want to kind of like settle in and be hygge with y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know what she said. We were watching Amy Palco last night from The Meaningful Stitch.
Her voice is so hypnotic.
I know, and she was talking about, remember the word where when it's a gray, like dreary day, you just want to be home in something, and it began with a C. And I don't remember what that word was, but that's kind of the feel.
Well, I think it was Irish, right?
Scottish, because she's in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
But it's something...
Edinburgh.
But like that's the feel that I have today. I'm ready already to throw on sweats and just like hang on the couch and watch a movie.
Or a nice knitted sweater.
Yeah.
'Tis the season. So that we did that. And then...
Last weekend, and then, during the week, it's the week. We both... Yeah. You work out of the house. I work in the house. Mm-hmm. And last weekend we went to Westport Yarns, which is... again, we're super fortunate with the number of yarn stores we have near us. We have
within like a half an hour drive.
Yeah, Knit New Haven's 20 minutes one way, and Westport Yarn is about 20 minutes in the opposite direction. So we went there, and Stephanie from Asylum Fibers, who is very local to us, was having a trunk show for the Western Connecticut yarn crawl. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to go see her, check out her yarn. So we went and hung out there for a little bit, got to meet a couple people.
That doesn't look like it's plugged in. You see?
I do see. I mean, I'll do this, and then I'm going to move this. No, that's just the thing.
Oh.
So yeah, so that was really nice. We hadn't been there for a while. I think we said last time we went was with our friends from the Knitting Posse.
Yeah.
Which I know exactly what I bought because it's right behind my head. And I took a picture of the cowl that I bought the yarn for so that I can do that one day.
Yeah. You know, it's nice to have some intentions.
It is.
Whether or not they are fulfilled, it's nice to have some intentions. Yeah, so we did that. That was a really nice trip up there. It was raining quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. It rained a lot that day.
Yeah.
Right when we got there. I think like on the way home. I think it was fine.
Yeah. Was that it?
I think
that all
that's
of our
really
adventures?
it.
No, we hung out with
right.
some friends. It was really nice. There were 6 of us, and we played we got some games at Target.
Yeah.
And it's just nice to it was taco night, just to relax. It was supposed to be a fire pit night, but it was rainy that day as well.
Correct.
So we just moved inside and just kind of sat in the living room, her living room, and
played games. And it was fantastic.
Laughed so hard.
Oh my
It's so
gosh.
nice to be able to do that.
And it's, it's really nice when you have, we were kind of talking about that, when you have friends that you've been friends with for so long that if you go, like 6 months, a year without seeing each other, that you can walk into the same room and pick up like no time has passed. And it's one of the best feelings.
It totally is. Totally. Oh, good times.
So yeah, so that's kind of been our 2 weeks. So we'll jump into some admin-y stuff.
Yes.
We wrapped up the Let's Hear It for the Boys Mal.
Oh, I took a picture of all the prizes. I meant to post it on Instagram.
Oh, we can post after this.
Okay.
And yeah, so we have we picked the winners. We've picked 10, 5 from the FO, 5 from the Work Some Chatter. So thank you to all of the fantastic makers who've donated stuff. Even some of them aren't, businesses. We had Rachel, who's fantastic, and we got to meet at Pick Up Every Stitch, send some yarn that she just wasn't going to use.
Yeah.
It's just super kind
and generous.
And we're very fortunate and humbled that all of these makers are willing to send prizes that we get to send out to you guys.
Yeah. Which is why we spend a lot of time showcasing some of the smaller, companies and makers out there, because it's so nice for them, to get the exposure and, to see the things that you guys make with their products.
Yeah.
We get messages sometimes, and it warms our hearts so much that we're able to share this with you all, and that you guys, take that and run with it, and you appreciate that too. So speaking of, we have a ton of coupon codes from a lot of these wonderful makers and small businesses. We did move them, and I think we mentioned this last time. Our last podcast was a live. We typically don't get as many views on those lives because it doesn't show up like on our main page under regular videos. So if you missed that, we moved all of our coupon codes to a Google document, like a Google Doc. And I'm assuming it's short for document, right?
Correct.
Okay. And so there's a link to that. There'll be a link to that in our show notes down below. So the coupon codes didn't go away. They're just moved. It's easier for us to maintain that. And if you're interested, I did create links to the website, like right in that Google Doc. So just click on that link. It'll take you right over there, and you can go ahead and see what the discount is and follow there and shop to your heart's content.
Well, with that being said, we actually have a brand new one.
Ooh.
Oh
yeah.
Okay, found it. So for Red Stag Fibers, Josh sent us a coupon code. It is for 10% off your order if you go to Red Stag Fibers, and the code is NATRPOD. So that will be added to the Google Doc by the time that you see this. So definitely check out Josh's yarn. He has some beautiful colorways.
He has some really nice bases too.
Here's a few of them.
Oh, it's like a little slideshow.
I know. I didn't know that. I picked the right one.
Boy, that's perfect.
I know. So yeah, definitely check it out. He has some. He definitely has some beautiful bases.
Yeah, and there's some non-superwash bases there too, which is really excellent. Especially for like indie dyers,
So fun.
Super fun.
Yes, thank you,
Yeah.
Josh. And what else do we have? And now we have our NATR does crochet.
Yes.
Now, so that goes.
Did you guys see the little logo? I made a little logo.
Cute. It goes on until the end of November. Am I right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, end of November. There we go. So
I don't have any crochet to show today.
Me neither, because I've been super focused on 2 items.
Same.
So we'll get into that. So why don't we?
And we did choose a winner for the tickets giveaway that somebody was so generous to donate. We chose the winner. We contacted them. Everything is good to go, and we will see them over at Wollenfolk and Rhinebeck.
Oh, speaking of, there's some more admin stuff. We are less than a week away from our trip to the Hudson Valley in New York, which most people know as like Rhinebeck Weekend. It is the New York Sheep and Wool Festival.
On Saturday and Sunday.
Sunday, held in Rhinebeck, New York. They also have classes like, I think, Thursday and Friday if you were able to sign up. Yeah. And then there are a bunch of other events that take place through that, like 3 days. So Friday we will be at Wollenfolk probably for most of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it starts really on Thursday for us. We're not sure the timing wise, but we are stopping at Pick Up Every Stitch on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
To have their just to meet up with some people. They posted on their Instagram, and I think they have a newsletter too, or their website, that they have a few podcasters coming, and there's a trunk show for Moondrake that'll be there. So we're gonna head over there with the posse. Not quite sure, like I said, what time. We'll post on our Instagram when we get closer to that. But our adventures start on Thursday.
Yeah, we head up on Thursday, and it's just we can't check into the house till 4.
Right.
So we have some time to kill Thursday, so we're going to head up to Pick Up Every Stitch for a little bit. We're going to head to our house, and then Friday is Wollenfolk, and we will be doing a meet and greet at our friend's booth later on,
so
Max
excited.
and Vincent, and we will be doing that along with Michael from the Piece for Peace Crafting and Jonathan from Jonathan's Days podcast, who will be traveling from across the pond to visit.
Can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
We just watched his latest podcast yesterday, and
yeah.
He showed what he was going to be wearing over at Wollenfolk and Rhinebeck, so you can spot him. He will definitely be spottable.
And then we will be at Rhinebeck Saturday and Sunday, and we don't have any specific time where we're on the hill. We're just going to be there at some point.
Yeah.
So if you
know how we roll.
So here's my tip for that weekend.
Okay, great.
Here's a couple tips for you.
We do have one more event that we're going to be going to that weekend as well. Saturday night.
Oh yeah.
There's a Woolen Affair, I think it's called, hosted by Brooklyn General and Paula from Mayak Yarns. I believe Amy from La Bien-Aimée. It's a very intimate event. I'm not sure if there are tickets still available. You can go to Brooklyn General's website if you're interested. They're hyping this up as a night of song and knitting and crocheting and hanging out. There'll be music and some shopping.
Yes.
So it should be a lot of fun.
It's also one of the designers of the Neutrino app are also part of that collective who put this together. So some tips for Rhinebeck.
I like this, Rhinebeck tips. Festival tips, really.
Yeah, is if you have a pattern that you're shopping for, I would definitely save the details on your phone. In the past, last year the internet was great.
Yeah, it was great.
The year before it was awful and we couldn't access patterns, so we went back. Oh no, we came home that year, looked, and went back up with a plan. So definitely it's good to have a plan and have the details of the yarn quantities that you need.
Yes.
On your phone and available. And
some people actually print out and bring handwritten notes and stuff.
Yeah.
It is smart to have a plan, because you may not, like Kevin said, last year the internet was great, Wi-Fi was really good, but the year before we couldn't even access Instagram or Ravelry or anything.
Yeah, sometimes the food lines are incredibly long, so if you have the ability to bring a lunch or snacks, that's what we're doing this year. We're not messing around with those lines this year. Nope. So that's a good tip. And my next tip, I think, is a good one, is especially for Rhinebeck or any festival, if you see somebody that you want to say hi to, just say hi to them.
Say hi.
If it's a designer or a YouTuber, somebody that you know on Instagram, you like their sweater or their shawl or something they're wearing, I think that's what we're all there for, is for the interaction more than the shopping, right?
For
it's
sure.
more about the community, these events.
For us.
I think just
for a lot of people, but
so if you see, it's like, if you see something, say something. If you see someone, just say hi.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's what they're there for.
Right.
And they, you know, and I mean, I can only speak for us, is we love meeting people. We love talking to you guys and hearing from you guys. And we get the same way, like last year when we saw Andrew and Maurer, we were like, oh my God,
we can't go say hi.
I know.
We can't say hi.
Just say hi.
And like for us, and it's sometimes we've heard throughout this year, like as we've met some more of you out in the wilds and things, that, you know, some people have said like, oh, we saw you at Rhinebeck, but you seemed like you were busy and we didn't want to come and say hello. Just come and say hi. Yeah. It's totally fine. Even if you are, you know, completely awkward or whatever, because I'm so awkward too. Me too. Just say hi. I'm a hugger, you know, but I will respect your boundaries. If you want a hug, it's totally fine. I will accept the hug graciously. But we really, this is what we love about these festivals, is the energy that we've experienced, while being there. And it could be overwhelming at times, for sure, but we've come up with our own plan. You know, Saturday we know is going to be just our social time. So we want to talk to everybody. We want to say hello to everybody. If you see us walking really fast towards the exit, that's a time where maybe you could just be like, oh, hi, Ray and Kevin, and you know, like whatever. And I will admit this, like it does sometimes get a little overwhelming because there's so many people. Yeah. And not to say that we don't like it at all, but sometimes we might need a little bit of a we need a recharge, and we take that on ourselves. So if you see us walking really fast with our heads down towards the exit, that's just... Or the
restroom. One or the other. Like, it's funny when, like, to him, I'm like, okay, let's run to the restroom. I was like, okay, head down, eyes forward, and just like power walk, like Kathy Ireland power walk from the 80s. We're getting there. Mm-hmm.
But it's so much fun for us, and like like I said, the knitter's high or crocheter's high, whatever, this fiber high is just, it's a real thing. And I've gone up to strangers and being like, oh my God, I love your sweater. Like, that's last year, hug. Yeah, it's totally a Rhinebeck hug when you get to like feel other people's like sweaters and stuff. Yeah. But I went up to this guy who's wearing a beautiful cabled sweater.
Oh, I remember it.
And I was just like, I have to find out what this is. So I went up to him. I was like, this is gorgeous. Did you knit this? Like, blah, blah, blah. What's the pattern? He's like, oh, it was store-bought. I don't know. I'm like, oh, okay. But whatever. Just take a chance.
He was in back by the barns, right?
Yes.
In between those two when you walk up to like the big barn. I would totally remember him.
It was a beautiful sweater. I was ready to buy the yarn and cast it on that day. But
there's just so many events. Have fun if you're going. Bring some rain boots because it looks like there's some rain in the forecast. Yeah. It may be hot, maybe cold.
I'll be wearing my boots that Kevin hates so much, but I love them.
Maybe
I'll wear shorts and boots. Can you imagine?
You will see us separately. We won't be together. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it and say hi to the people that you want to say hi to.
Totally.
So, with all that being said, we're 18 minutes in. Let's talk about some knitting. We'll do prizes after knitting.
Great.
Okay. So I have one FO and one WIP, and one miscellaneous, I guess, because I don't know what it is. It's neither, but it's something to speak of.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Do I know about these things?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. I have two finished objects, and one work in progress.
Okay, so
we've been very
monogamous because we're preparing
pedals to the metal.
So you start since you have two FOs.
Okay, let me start with my smaller FO. This is going to be this is a Rhinebeck sweater as well, depending on the weather. It is the Knitted Pocket by Maxim Cyr.
That's the wrong side.
That's the wrong side. Let me show you the right side. And it's a beautiful linen stitch pocket. You have some increases down here, and then there's a really cool, which you can, the pattern, and I'll show you the picture of the pattern. The pattern calls for you to fold over this this brim here, like for the top of the pocket. Some people don't do that. They just, knit the regular pocket. I wanted to try it. Some of the feedback that we've gotten was that it might be a little bit too bulky, but for me and the way that this yarn worked, I was able to fold it over, and I actually really, really like that a lot. So the pattern originally also calls for 2 different colors of yarn, but I think it works really well with the one color as well. This color is, oh, sorry.
I was going to say one color with a variegated yarn or speckly yarn, it would have that same effect kind of as using 2 solids, we'll say, or tonals.
So this yarn is very special. This is a one-of-a-kind that may pop its head out at some point. No pressure on Kevin at all.
It would be different because my levels of dye would be different because I miscalculated. But.
So this is a Needles at the Ready and Knitting Posse and Michael from Piece for Piece special. Kevin took, I don't know, why don't you talk about the yarn process while I find the pattern.
So this is also part of the Posse Pocket Along.
Yep.
So we all talked about how we should just knit a pocket because the weather at Rhinebeck, that weekend at Rhinebeck, is, I'm going to say historically, but we've only gone 2 years.
Right.
Very warm. It can get quite warm some days. So there have been days where we've just worn a t-shirt and a shawl. So we thought, or Kate did, that it would be really fun to just do a pocket and we all could have matching pockets. So I dyed this up with a bunch of colorways that I already have. There's Ghost Water in there, Chartreuse, there's Twilight, also Ballet Slipper is in here, which you actually can't see very well in this, and then some gray speckles. And I just dyed it up on some 20-gram minis. I think of a... Is this 75-25? Yeah, I think so. 75-25. If I were to dye this again, I used the wrong amount of dyes. I was thinking I was dyeing 10-gram minis, so I didn't use enough. And that's probably why the Ballet Slipper isn't very prominent in here.
But so pretty. Yeah,
so I know you've done yours, Kate has done hers, and Laura has done hers.
Right. So this is the Knitted Pocket by Maxim Sear. And there it is there. If you look at the project pages, you can see, people's modifications, right? Super cool. What's great about the printed pattern, which I should have brought up, but the printed pattern has an actual schematic that is true to size. So you can measure your pocket against that schematic. And that's kind of what I did as well. I did need to go up a needle size. So I knit mine on a US 3. Wait, is this the... This looks like yours. Almost, doesn't it?
It could be. No.
Anyway, there's a lot of really fun things that you can do, different types of yarns that you can use. It was a super quick knit. It's a little fiddly with the increases, but just take your time. And like I said, I did sew down. This is the backside, so there's one section that's a little bit funky, but I sewed down the bottom of that. I think it would look really cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be
right. You could put it on like I was thinking about putting it on like the arm of a t-shirt if I wear that, because I have Kevin got us some really fun knitted t-shirts with knitting sayings on them that we'll show after Rhinebeck. You can put it on a bag. Just super cool.
Your pants.
Yeah, totally. Pants would be cool.
So yeah, I still have to knit mine.
So that's one of my Rhinebeck sweaters.
Good job.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks so much.
So I have one FO. Which I'm wearing.
Dun, 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 dun.
So this is the yarn that I bought last year at Rhinebeck from Bare Naked Wools or Knit Spot. This is the His Home Office. We've shown it 5,000 times.
But it's worth seeing over and over again.
So this is Knit and Bare Naked Wool's Stone Soup DK in the colorway, I think it's Granite. I did the V-neck version.
Yeah.
There's 3 versions in the pattern. There is a pullover, or crew neck pullover, a cardigan, and then the V-neck. This is...
I just love how cozy
up
and comfy
to show
it
it.
is.
It's got some positive ease. I did all my seaming look, guys.
Your seaming is incredible.
Like right there, seamed over here.
You can't even see it.
Seamed the sleeves. So
saddle shoulders on
saddle
top of
shoulder.
it.
So Kate helped me get started with the saddle shoulder, seaming that. So this is a DK weight sweater. I knit the 4th size because my gauge was tighter.
Yes.
Right? So my gauge was tighter and I knew I wanted some positive ease. So the 4th size was for a 46-inch chest. I have a 41 on a good day, 42 sometimes too, depends on what I've been eating. I knit this on a US 7 and a US 5. I actually had to go back and watch the podcast to see what I did.
Our podcast?
Yeah, I had to go find it. Like the first time I showed it, I think. I don't know. So it is knit in pieces and it's knit bottom up. For my cast on my sleeves and the body, I did a cabled cast on. I think it gives a very similar look to a tubular, and it's much easier to do than a tubular. And you don't have to play yarn chicken with it, which is fantastic. My bind off for the collar, I did a Italian tubular bind off or a sewn bind off, and I followed the video from Brooklyn Tweed. So that was super easy to do. Obviously, it's time consuming, but it's well worth.
It looks really incredible.
Thank you.
I actually love how deep the V is.
So I was just going to mention that I was very concerned looking at the picture initially. And I think this actually is a bit wider. So I thought it looked quite deep in that. And obviously, if I pulled this out, it would bring it up a little. I did do an extra 3 rows of the pattern, and it was silly for me to do that, to be honest. I thought it was going to bring up my V a little bit, but then I realized, well, I'm also adding length to the back.
Yeah.
So it's not going to bring it up at all. It's just going to give me a little more in the back. So it's fine. I'm actually really happy with it.
I am too.
I think wearing...
I think a button-down shirt would look epic with that.
It would look great with a button-down shirt. It's super cozy.
Or just like how you have it right now.
I love the way that this looks now. It fits incredibly well. My sleeves are a little bit long, but that's okay because I push up my sleeves all the time anyways. What else
I also think because you have so much positive ease, like a very lightweight like hoodie or something could look kind of cool underneath it for like that super extra cozy, warm look. I think that would be really cool.
Because I'm not a huge fan, especially if I'm driving. I don't like wearing jackets. I feel like constricted. So that would be a really good idea to use this as like a throw over for a lightweight hoodie, and I'd be good to go. Yeah, I really love this. I'm already planning on buying a sweater's quantity of this yarn for... Let me show you the sweater, guys.
I know.
I already have the pattern picked out. So I will be knitting the herring weave sweater again by Ann Hansen in Knit Spot.
Her patterns are incredibly well written.
Herring weave. Oh, that's because I have too many. All right. All right. So here is my next one. I don't know where the actual...
Oh, it's so good.
I know, but the pattern picture is different. Oh, on their
Probably
site.
On her website.
Yeah. All right. So I'll go there.
Okay. So yeah, her patterns are really awesome. She's got a sale going on right now on their Kent.
It's over.
Never mind. Is it?
Yeah, it was until last night.
Oh, sorry. So they have really nice bases, and it's all natural, not dyed, and just the base combinations that she has with the different wool types is really cool. Like this one has so many. Did you talk about that? Like how much is in this actual wool that you have right now, the stone soup?
So it's got like bison and tinsel and everything, like churro, not the food. Anything you could think of. So here is herring weave.
It's so good.
So if you can see, and I know there's some reflection, there's a cable detail around the shoulder, and then it looks like a faux herringbone texture. It is a seamed sweater as well, but that I'm buying the yarn and probably that dark gray color for myself at Rhinebeck. That's one project, but I love this. It has now gotten me over my fear of seaming. I will say I think with seaming, one of the keys is to make sure that you're looking at it at the correct direction for your V's. So the first time I went down the side, I looked at it from the top down, which was not the correct way for me to do it. It was much easier starting from the bottom and going up because that's the way I knit it. So the V's were going in the correct direction. So I had knit or seamed up like this side, going from here down, this side from the bottom up. And I noticed the difference. It was a dramatic difference. I had more space like between the stockinette and the purl bumps here. I had 5 on this side and I had 4 stitches on this side from because I did it correctly. So I went to go rip it out and I had already broken the yarn and I had a hole in my seam. So I just took the whole thing out again and did it on this side from the bottom up. But it definitely, it's got me over my fear. So now I'm okay. I've done mattress stitch before, but not on a sweater of this size. So I'm good to go now. Now I feel
really
good.
did such a great job. And
Thank you.
The benefit of seaming is that it gives it so much more structure, and it's not going to like sag on you. You know,
Right.
you're not, even though you have all that positive ease, you're not going to gain any more of that, like
Correct.
from gravity.
Yep. Yeah. So I highly recommend. When you go look at the patterns too on Ravelry, it's surprising that there's not as many projects. So I think that her patterns are fantastic, and you should definitely check them out if you're looking for a well-written and well-constructed sweater.
Yeah, we're gonna head over to that her booth on
Sunday
probably.
Saturdays are quite busy. Well, maybe it depends.
We'll see.
Our friend Robin's working the booth, so when she's
see
working the booth, we're gonna go to the booth.
Yes, and if she's there both days, maybe we'll pop in both days.
Exactly.
But our plan is to get sweaters quantities from there
on a different base this time.
Yeah, I have one kind of picked out as well.
All right, so you're up with your FO.
Okay, I finally finished my House of Diamonds sweater.
You say finally like you've been knitting it for a year.
It feels like it. So this is the House of Diamond by Maxim Cyr. It is a top-down colorwork construction with a folded collar and a folded hem as well, which I'll stand up and show you. I did make just a couple of modifications on length. So this is the sweater. I knit the 4th size, so that is for a 44-inch chest. I kept the in the pattern has 4-inch cuffs, which at first I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like the cuffs because I do push up my sleeves. But I really like pulling these. I think it looks great with the 4-inch cuffs. I love the colorwork detail around that. The colors that I used was Moira's Black Rose. I'm sorry, and this is in their British DK from Les Garçons. It is 75% BFL, 25% Masham. It's a non-superwash yarn. I have to say that blocking is magical for this. I loved what drew me to this sweater was the that 3D kind of cartoony look, and once I blocked it, everything just like kind of spread out and laid laid nice and flat, and the stitches seem pretty even.
Yeah, the color work looks great.
Thank you. And so what I ended up doing was I cut the sleeve length down just a little bit. He has you in the measurements, so the sleeve should have come a little bit farther down.
Okay.
To about here. I mean, it does when I pull it down.
Right.
Which is fine. But then I did, so the length, I actually really like the length of of this sweater. So I cut down, they have you doing like 5.5 inches of 1x1 twisted rib. And then it's folded over and hemmed on the inside, which I think I did a really good job binding that off there. So I cut that down by 1/2 inch. So I just knit 5 inches, and then I did the cuff or the hem at that point. So I really just cut off like 1/4 inch. I've found that in my regular life, I like longer t-shirts and things. Kevin makes fun of me, says like, well, you never wear clothes that fit you. However, with my sweaters, my knitted sweaters, I found that shortening them, I think, looks a little bit better on my body type. So for this sweater and my previous couple of sweaters, I have made those a little bit shorter, and it works out really well for me. It's not a heavy sweater. The yarn is definitely next to the skin soft for me.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, blocking did such an incredible, like, it was like magic. It was great to knit with, and it felt soft as I was knitting it as well. But there's just something about this yarn. All the stitches just like fell into place and relaxed nicely. So I'm really happy with this. I'm supposed to. I want to wear for Woolen Folk. I think it'll be fun to wear this, especially for the meet and greet at the Les Garçons booth.
Yeah.
And I was really happy that I got this finished. The color work, most of the color work is done with 3 strands of yarn. So you're alternating between the 3 different strands to do the color work, with the stranded color work. It's not just 1 and 1. So that for me was a challenge, but well worth it, obviously. And I think I feel much more comfortable now working with the 3 strands of yarn. And I don't know what else to say about it. I really love it. I think it fits very well. It's definitely a conversation piece, I think. Right? Do you want to talk about it? So, yardage wise, I think I told you I did the 4th size. So I only used, I can't remember how many, I think I used 3 skeins of the Moira's Black. I used 1 skein of the Minnie's Wheat, and I used 1 skein of Natural. I had a little bit of Natural left over, like a little nugget. I have quite a bit of the Minnie's Wheat left over, which is going to be great because this is a beautiful color.
I know, it's one of my favorites.
And of the 3rd skein of Moira's Black, I have this left over. And then I still have a whole nother skein. So I think
that's great.
I bought 4 skeins of the Moira's Black Rose, and then 1 skein of each of the other.
Nice.
Yeah, so I have a whole nother skein of this left over. So I think these two look really nice together. So I might do something with those,
hat.
Right?
Ooh, a brioche hat.
I could do a brioche hat.
Yeah.
Great idea. Ooh, that'll look really nice together, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because it'll kind of so that's my very large finished object. I've spent a lot of time working on that. I ended up doing, I think you've all seen, I did the yoke first, picked up, for this, did the body, picked up for the sleeves, and then I did the sleeves next. So I didn't have to feel like I was stuck on Sleeve Island. Mm-hmm. Completed the sleeves, and then I picked up the rest of the body and just knit that round and round and round. And I tucked the sleeves inside the sweater as I was knitting to help things kind of move around.
Nice.
Yeah, he did a really good job with this design. Super easy to follow. And I really love the folded collar. I think it brings everything in. You don't have to worry about things kind of stretching out.
Yeah.
So, I'm really excited to wear it.
Very nice.
Thanks. That's it.
All right, so that's all our FOs, and I have 1 whip.
I have 1 whip as well.
Okay. So, and then I have my miscellaneous things. So my whip is living in is this Portland? Yeah, Portland leather canvas bag. And this is my Anchors sweater, my boyfriend's size by Petite Knit. Which, if you would like to knit a Petite Knit pattern, Kim and Jonna from Knit Together with Kim and Jonna are having a Petite Knit knit along.
Perfect. You should join.
So here is the pattern. I, however, am knitting a short sleeve version of it because I'm using Barocco Remix Light, which is 100% recycled fibers. It is a DK weight, and it's 30% nylon, 27% cotton, 24% acrylic, 10% silk, and 9% linen.
It's got a lot in there.
It does. So I just...
everything but wool.
Bound off the body last night. So here it is. This is my color.
It's so good.
Which is like a tealy, but leans more green, I think.
It's more blue right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of blue flecks in here.
Mm-hmm.
So I cast on doing, I did a tubular cast on for this. No, that's a lie. I did a cable cast on for this.
Yeah.
I did make a mistake, but I actually am pleased with the mistake. I am just so used to doing your cast on and, you know, your collar in the smaller needle size that's recommended, that's what I did. And then it wasn't until I was done with this first section of ribbing that I realized that's not the case with this. But it brings it up perfect. It actually works out really well.
It looks really good on him.
There's a tip for this sweater that you could do. So I am making the 5th size, extra large. That is for a 48-inch chest. The reason for that is my gauge was... So the gauge is supposed to be 20 stitches over 4 inches, and I think I got...
I think you got 23.
Yeah, something like that. I used... Whose sweater? I used Eloise's sweater.
Yeah.
Once it was blocked as my gauge swatch, because it was knit on the same needle size. So the body of this is knit on a US 6, which is a 4mm, and the ribbing is on a US 4, which is a 3.5mm. And so was the Kirby sweater that I knit with the same yarn. So I used that as my swatch and determined to do the 48 because of my gauge. So it's worked out well. It currently doesn't have any positive ease, but it should block out and give me a little bit. So what I'm going to do this weekend is I will pick up my sleeves and I will follow the decreases until it gets to the like an inch before I want to bind off, and then I'll do some ribbing. So it's just going to be t-shirt length, really. I wanted to have a nice like spring, summer, you know, fallish type of...
It's so good.
I love sweater.
This fabric is incredible.
And then I bound off doing the same thing, Italian tubular bind off. With this sweater and this yarn, I will say it was a little bit more cumbersome because this is like when you pull out a lot of this yarn and when I knit with it, it gets, you know how like yarn can get tangled if you have too much, and this does quite often because of I think the composition of the yarn. So it's a little bit harder too to like get it to untangle. Yeah, because it's not a super smooth strand of yarn. Right. It's like it feels soft, but you can see that there's you can kind of see there's like little bumps and stuff in it. So yeah, I will have this. I mean, the plan, to be honest, is to have it done tonight. I don't think it's going to take long to knit. We were looking last night. It's one of those cozy days. Like we'll just, after we're done for the day, like we'll hang out on the couch. We've got laundry going already. I know. I think we were thinking I was going to have to knit about maybe 3 to 4 inches, and then the sleeves would be done. So this is, I don't know. I just love this yarn. I think this is going to be a beautiful piece. Yeah. I kind of want to copy you, you know, with that. I want to use that yarn on something. I know Carrie just got some, and she's using it in a sweater. You're such an influencer. Oh my gosh. You should. Or you know what? You can do, because I haven't used it, get the worsted weight version and do a worsted weight like sweater in it. I would like I like the idea of a short sleeve. Okay. I do. You know,
that would make a nice poncho too.
But it wouldn't be warm, and you would want a poncho to be a little warm, wouldn't you? I am thinking of a poncho. We were watching again, Amy Palco last night on the Meaningful
We're so
Stitch,
susceptible.
and she was showing a poncho, and it made me think of Justin's poncho from Rhinebeck 2 years ago, and I want to knit that, but I don't know the name of it, so I will ask Caleb when at Wool and Poke. So yeah, so that is
that we're going to be there in a few days.
I know.
Bizarre.
So that is my boyfriend size anchor. I think it's a great pattern.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay without doing the short rows. I'm not going to add them.
Okay.
And yeah, I did the one for Roman, and that was enjoyable to knit. So I think that's a good pattern.
I do too. Great job.
So that is my whip.
Okay. I didn't talk about mine yet. I'm like, oh, we're done.
No, and then I have one other thing.
Yeah, I want to talk about what my pattern that I chose to get the sweaters quantity of yarn.
Okay.
And also my next cast on the baby knit. Because that'll go with an acquisition. So I want to talk about that a little bit. So I showed this last time. I had knit on this in New York. And this has just been one of my... When I don't need to think about anything, I can just knit. It's the Sock Head Slouch Hat by Kelly McClure. I talk about this all the time. It's definitely one of, if not my favorite, hats to knit, hats to wear. I think it
is your favorite.
Yes. And I am at the decreases now, which is great. And, this might be a little extreme, but I love everything about what I'm about to show you.
So extra.
It is so extra. But you know what? I don't give a rat's behind. The yarn that I'm using, and I didn't have the tag last time, is Knitalong Alba. It is a merino and alpaca tweed blend. We got this at Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl shop when we went to go visit. It's 382 yards for 100 grams. So it's about a sport weight-ish, I would say. Sport weight / fingering.
Yeah.
The Sock Head Slouch is typically knit with like sock yarn, that is too nice, or you want to like show it off on your head. I use it, I use that pattern for like everything. So it is 50% wool, 25% alpaca, and 25% viscose. It's very nice to work with. There is some plant matter in here as well.
Good job
so
this time.
I know, I was so close to saying
I knew you were.
Animal fiber.
I heard the pause.
You did. So, anywho, this is the yarn. It's beautiful. The colorway is something earth. It's called Earth. Look at that. But look how fun these little specks are. Like
I know,
blues, and there's some greens in there.
And somebody had mentioned it, and I totally agree. It's very reminiscent of Rowan Felted Tweed.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of looks like. It has that kind of feel to it.
It's very soft already. I'm really excited for this to be blocked. It's a non-superwash. I think it's a non-superwash.
It is.
Yeah, it says to not put it in the dryer or anything. Okay, so here's what I have. And don't make fun of me, okay? So here is what I have so far. I do shorten the Sock Head Slouch by about an inch. And it's a free pattern. It's a 4-inch ribbing. I did 2x2 rib. That's what it calls for. I've done 1x1, 1x1 twisted rib, which is what I love about this pattern. It's so easy, and you could just use it as a recipe if you want to and make modifications. So it's a 4-inch rib. And then before you start your decreases, I did the medium size. So you cast on somewhere around 144 stitches.
Yep.
And then you're supposed to knit, or the pattern calls for you to knit 12 inches total, and then start your decreases. So I actually cut this down by 2 inches. I did about 10 to 10.5 inches before I started my decreases from the bottom. So I marked off my decreases because I wanted a little color in there, and so that I wouldn't get confused. And then also what was super extra is that I ended up using the row counter from, oh my gosh.
Twice Sheared Sheep.
Because with the decreases, you start with like knitting 6, knit 2 together, and then you finish that round, and then you knit 2 rounds plain, and then you start your decreases again. I tend to get very not confused. I tend to get, I go on autopilot a lot and I tend to get distracted very easily. So I typically forget where I'm at. So I was using this gigantic row counter to keep track of my my progress. So row 1 is my decrease row, right? So I know I'm on my decrease row now, and I stopped in the middle of a row. So I'm going to continue to decrease around. Then I'll move it to 2, and that I know is my first regular knit round. Then I'll move it to 3. I know that that's my regular knit round, and then I go back to 1. So I'm only really using like this much of the row counter, but I think it's fun. It's got a really cute little sheep on the end there. I love this thing. I use this. I do use this very often. And then I use the one for like knits and decreases as well that they have. They have great products. And they're very, very handy. I actually do want to get a shorter one. They have some shorter ones. I think it just goes to like 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. I want to look at that and see. I think that there is. Just because for projects like this, I think it'll be a little bit better than. But I like the. Yeah.
Notions.
So I'm a little extra right now, but this is how. This is what I'm doing. This will be. What?
Do you think your snack last night had you?
What snack? My ice cream? So I also am using these really cute, I always forget the name of these.
They're stitch stoppers.
No, the
Highland Coup
stitch stoppers. We got these from Knit New Haven.
Yeah, is that when Knit in Public Day?
Yeah.
Right?
So anyway, yes. Kevin, the snack that Kevin was trying to insinuate. We're very pure people, yes?
Done with you. Just stop already.
Look, we talked about this. Kevin has some trouble sleeping sometimes, and we've talked about that. He's found like CBD oil helps him.
Yeah.
So we also, talking to some friends and doing some research, found that, there is also like a THC gummy that may help with sleep and relaxation and all of those things. So in Connecticut, it is legal. We have dispensaries and things, and we found that there was one right down the street from us, and it's in, so I stopped yesterday on the way home from work. We had a rough day yesterday anyway. The anniversary of Tarquin's passing. Sorry. So anyway, so it was a really rough day, and I stopped to get some gummies, and we got the relaxation help with anxiety and all of those things. So I did kind of set this up because just in case things got a little bit too foggy for me, I would be able to also keep track of what I was doing. Things did not get super foggy. It was a successful experiment, and now we have like 60 gummies that I don't know what to do with, but
eat them.
Okay.
Not at once.
Maybe, but and just throwing it out there, no, please don't judge it. They're,
yeah,
whatever.
All right. So we
will not be spending our yarn budget on
gummies.
Marijuana and gummies going forward.
All right. So the last thing I'm going to talk about, because I showed my color palette, I'm pretty sure, for the last episode. So I dyed up yarn and I made it available in the shop. This color actually sold out really quickly, so I just dyed some more in a small amount, but it's drying. No, it's dried. It's up in the shop. So I dyed up a color palette, and here's actually, I don't know if
so this yarn is called not Green Pastures.
No, it's called
Shady Pines.
All right, so, and I want to show you guys to the inspiration kind of photo. So, and kind of talk about this a little bit, because I also, in the last 2 weeks, I completed my color alchemy course that I've been taking with Alana Wilcox? Yes. So it was a 12-week course, and the idea behind the course is that if you see a color online, like we as a yarn dyer, how do you make that? And there's a bunch of different ways, but the process of this course takes technology and combines it with mixing the 4 colors, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, because that's what is used on a printer to make these images. So if you were to print a picture of something you found online, those 4 colors are used to create the colors in the picture. The class, again, was super helpful. She, I think, is currently accepting signups for the next class. So if that's something you think that might be cool for you, I would check it out. Like I said, I thought it was, for me, it was super beneficial.
For me to watch your progress too, and like how excited you were about trying these different things, I thought that was really good. And I think it really improved your, not just like the dyeing that you were doing, but like your entire process and how you're looking at colors and everything.
So here's the inspiration for the color palette. So I picked up 4 of these 5 because I haven't been able to duplicate that color yet. But I think with the other ones, I got pretty close. So this is the top color, Shady Pines. This is called Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that color. This was inspired, this hex code is called Direwolf, and it reminded me of Jon Snow's wolf.
Yeah.
His wolf really is good. Ghost. This is Winter Mint, which should be that color. And then this is New Growth, which is the bottom color.
One, yeah.
So
you did great.
Thank you. It definitely has taken some practice. So the way it's supposed to work is here is the palette. So
these two are very similar.
They are when...
No, these two for me.
These
two here.
Yeah, there's not a lot of difference upon initial glance of these, but when they are knit together,
mm-hmm.
which I'm not going to show what I had started, and that's just based on Stephen West's requests. So we know about what transpired with the MCAL. I am still going to do it. I just don't know how I'm going to. I personally feel like that first square does need more graphic details, as it was intended to be a little more visually graphic. So I think that it needs something for me to be a little more visually graphic. Okay. So I'm playing with some ideas of what I would like to do in the new design stripes is to add something. So I've been going back and looking at some of my previous MCALs that I've knit and to see if I could add any elements of those into that first square. So I thought about maybe doing some mosaic knitting in it.
I think that could be.
I thought about doing some slip stitches from Shawlography, seeing about adding those.
From Shawlography or Slip Extravaganza?
Shawlography. So in Shawlography, remember we had, I wonder if I can find it. Let's go to Rabbit.
I will say that I was going to not do the MCAL this year. You know, I was going to kind of wait on it, and I bought the yarn just in case I decided that I wanted to get to do it. And those are great.
So in Shawlography, you have these slip stitches here.
Yeah.
So I thought of maybe adding something similar into the first clue one, the new version of version 3 of the PDF. So I'm just trying to figure out what's going to work for what I'm hoping to achieve with that section. So it may be something where now I wait until the entire pattern is released and see what it looks like. But my other thought is to be honest, is to use these in a different shawl and then pick 4 colors for Shawlography or Geogradient. So this, I'm kind of considering doing a different MCAL that I haven't done before, which is exploration station.
I think that's a really, really cool.
I initially looked up to see what other shawls he has that are 4 colors and uses the same quantity of yarn, and that one would work as well. So I may do that, and then I was thinking of picking some of my Le Garçon sock yarn to do this one. So we'll see. I don't know, but that's kind of where I am right now with that clue.
It's interesting because I'm on like a little bit of an opposite thought process. After seeing how Stephen has responded to the concerns in the community, and just he was so gracious and humbled by not being able to see the that hate symbol, the design, not being able to make that connection. And it could have been so easy to say, like, just do it. If you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't. Here's an alternative. To kind of, flip that and talk about how important it is to value other people's opinions and to be mindful of that. I think it kind of inspired me to just say, like, I want to do this because, he was really, I thought, very good about his response. And, you can tell he felt, incredibly terrible. I'm sure very embarrassed. And I feel, really, really bad for him, that he had to go through that. But I think he handled it very well.
Yeah.
And to hear the support of other knitters appreciating that, it kind of inspired me that I will do the MCal now, and I will do it as it's written. I think that I don't know what it is. It's not that the square or the stripes that have, that he put together is super inspiring, like the actual pattern, but just the idea behind it and coming together more as a group to support that and to appreciate everybody and everybody's feelings. Like that to me inspired me more to do the MCal.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I think that's all of our... No, you said you wanted to show
your
pattern.
So, right. So, I found this sweater on Bare Naked Wool's website, and I think it's stunning. It's a cardigan. It's called the Rough Edges Cardigan. I haven't purchased the pattern yet, but I think it's neat. Look at the shawl collar is really cool. There's some detail along the raglan there. I'm assuming it's going to be a raglan. There's some pockets. I was really looking for a nice simple cardigan, and this kind of checks all the boxes with also the addition to the cool shawl collar, because I think that really makes this pattern. I think this is knit out of, there was a yarn base that I wanted to...
Did you see this one? Not that one. This one?
Yes, I was looking at that one too. That's a very nice.
Yeah, I was looking at this one as I was finding the herring weave. This is called Wild Horses.
Yeah.
So that looks like a good cardigan as well.
So this one I think is sport weight or a DK weight sweater. I should have been a little bit more prepared. Let's see how quickly I can pull this up.
That one what's the name of the pattern?
I don't remember now. I think it's coming up. I'm going to pull it up right here. Give me a moment.
So the one I just showed is a fingering weight, which I'm not about that in my life right now.
You're not about that life?
No.
Oh, shoot.
Can I see the photo again from your phone?
Rough Edges Cardigan.
There you go.
So it's the Rough Edges Cardigan. It's a unisex, this will work for anybody really. And it is, it's a worsted weight.
Oh, okay.
So worsted weight.
That's going to be much heavier.
That'll go a lot quicker. I want to try this base, this Targhee Tango worsted or Better Breakfast worsted.
I was looking at Better Breakfast for the DK. So can I ask though, do you want a second worsted weight cardigan because you already have your Ranger, or were you looking for something a little bit lighter than that?
I was kind of looking for lighter too, but this, like Jonathan said, maybe this is the year of the cardigan for me. You know what I mean?
The year's almost over.
Coming up will be the year, because the way that I knit, I probably won't start anything until like next year.
I know, I'll probably start
who the hell knows. But the better breakfast worsted is 65% merino and 35% alpaca. I think that'll be really nice.
It's going to be incredibly warm, though.
Right? Oh, true. But that's
so
okay. We live in New England.
I know, but we don't have like Minnesota weather.
Don't talk me down.
I'm not. I'm just trying to give you all the facts.
Thanks. But yeah, that other cardigan will be. Maybe I'll get 2 sweaters quantities.
I plan on 2 sweaters.
Okay, great. So I'll do. What's the one that you just showed? Whatever that symbol
Wild
one
horses.
Is. Wild horses, and that's fingering weight.
It is.
Great. Done. Sold.
Okay. Good
Here
job.
I come for 2 sweaters quantities again.
All right. Let's do our winners from
winners, chicken dinners.
Let's hear it for the boys.
Okay.
Oh, speaking. Yeah. No. Go ahead. Let's do winners. So we picked 10 total. 5 from FO and 5 from Chatter.
Yes.
So.
All right. I was very organized about this. And so if you don't want to see, or if you don't care so much, you can fast forward through this. But, you know, it's nice to be able to see all of the things that were donated and to help congratulate some of our winners. Yeah,
so from here, for the rest of the episode, however long this is, 3 hours.
No, it will not be. Look, we're only at 1:06. This is going to be quick.
Is going to be prizes, Owl Post, and Break in the Bank, and some shop talk.
Good.
Okay. So prize number 1.
Prize number 1. Let's do. Okay. Let's wait to the end. Let's do a chatter.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
So this is for this beautiful 5-skein pack up by Leading Men Fiber Arts. It's absolutely stunning. There's a really fun sparkle in there as well. It's a sampling of their different bases. You've got Showstopper, Show Stealer, Sparkle, Spotlight, and Soliloquy in all these really fun colors. And so that pack up goes to Cloudy Q, which was our thread number 78. So Cloudy Q, if that's you, please reach out to us via email, because that's easiest for us, and just put the title like NATR winner, and let us know that you were Cloudy Q, and we'll go from there. So if that's you, or if you're confused as to if that's you or not, go to number 78 on our chatter thread, and that's you. Congratulations. Next up, let's just do chatter right now, because it's right next to me. Next up is a beautiful...
Oh, did you... Okay, no, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, we're good.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Next up is a beautiful Yellow Brick Road colorway from La Bien-Aimée.
It's 2 skeins.
It's 2 skeins. One of them is already caked up.
It is DK on their Merino DK.
Yes. This was donated to us by Rachel, who we met
Rachel.
And had some wonderful time that we spent with over at Pick Up Every Stitch. And she is a stunning person. So she donated this, and the winner is chatter number 113, Maple Tree Lane 67. So if that's you, come on down. Okay. We'll go a little bit quicker. Next is another Leading Men Fiber Arts pack up. This is a sock blank. There's some minis in there. There's a Leading Men Fiber Arts enamel pin. And there is this mohair silk lace weight like skein in there.
The colorway though, can I see the name? Because
Heather's.
It's totally yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then there's another one in here too. I can't see. I didn't want to open this. Oh, this is in their Showstopper fingering weight, 231 yards. It's a 50 grams. So you get 2 50-gram skeins, a mini, a sock blank, and a pin. And the winner chicken dinner is number 54, Hate to Pearl. It looks like a Z, but it's a 2.
I was going to say I was really confused by that.
Sorry, so that's a number 2. Hate to Pearl.
Okay.
Okay. Great. And then we have a beautiful pack up by Ginger Snap that was donated to us when we went to Knit City, Montreal. This is... Oh, thanks. I'll take that off. This is Bluebird Skies over Jasper. It's their Retreat shawl set. It's a classic fingering 3-ply So this will work well with that retreat shawl. You can use it with whatever you want. And winner is number 25. I can't read that upside down.
Which is Carrie
Birmingham.
Birmingham.
And here are the skeins. Isn't that so pretty?
Yeah, and I don't know if it's going to come across.
Blissful blue.
Thank you.
Clear blue and cloudless. So it's a very slight fade, like variegation, like a fade.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see it there. The color's a little, oh, there you go. It's a little bit better. So congratulations again. Okay, and then this is our last winner chicken dinner from our chatter thread. And this was, the post was number 7, MT Moon Chaser. And you win 2 skeins from our friend over at Knit and Word. She is a local dyer. This is like, this feels silk. Is this her silk?
Yes.
55% superwash BFL and 45% silk.
Yeah, it's
on
a
her
lovely
Dahlia base. Yeah.
base.
So
yeah, she works at Knit New Haven.
Yeah. And
Lauren, right?
Lauren.
Yes, Lauren from Knit New Haven.
Yeah, so thank you so much for all of those who have donated to us. That was really incredible. Congratulations to all of our chatter winners. So it pays to chat. And, you know, doesn't matter what you say as long as you're participating in the, you know, the chat. And one of our winners actually had some feedback for us when we originally opened up the Let's Hear It for the Boys, that we were a little bit restrictive this year with our requirements for that, and we did loosen that.
Yeah.
So hopefully everybody was able to participate. But it doesn't matter what you post as long as you have some interaction, and you keep it positive, of course. So that's that for our chatter.
Moving on to FO.
Moving on to FOs, we have. I'll save that one for last because then we can kind of talk about it a little bit more. Okay. So this was the Always Be Kind, one of her Pride Rainbow Flag sets that she so generously donated to us. This goes to FO number 96, When to Craft, and I'll show it up. I'll show it in a second. And this person did the super secret Saga by Stephen West, that contrast blast socks. So if this is you, When to Craft, that's number 96, Always Be Kind. You get the skein of yarn, a mini, there's a stitch marker in there, and then I believe those are my favorite needle stoppers.
Yes.
There. Okay, we have another Lobby Anime Yellow Brick Road pack up, again from our friend Rachel. She was so generous to donate these. We decided to split them up into 2 different winners. So again, this is the Lobby Anime, and this is FO number 130, who also did the super secret, whatever, Saga 2023 from Stephen West, and it's Bam's Zoo. Look why am I shaking?
I don't know.
Too much coffee?
Probably, and no food.
Or maybe I'm super excited. Woohoo! So congratulations, if that's you, Bam's Zoo. Okay. Next, this is really fun. I had forgotten about this. So what we were doing throughout this knit-along is we were putting prizes in a bag, and just to keep them all together. And I had forgotten that this is one of the first prizes that we put in here.
Yeah.
I think even before we announced the Let's Hear It for the Boys. We had...
It was a combo from 2 of...
It was from 2 events.
Yeah.
2 different things. So this is winner number FO thread 134. In Stitchspiration, they did the 205th Street hat by Matt Cladney, and I'll try to link that down below. It's a beautiful...
Did you show me this hat?
I did. It's the cable. It's got like a really cool cable to it. I should have been a little bit more prepared for this. But number 134, if you're going to... Oh, you're just going to look up the pattern. That's great. 205th Street hat. So this is our colorway that we dyed up. Yeah. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, super cool. I love the decreases on the top, like how the crown looks. So this is the colorway that we dyed up with Michelle over at Woolens and Nosh. It was a one-of-a-kind color. We dyed up, I think, 6 skeins of it. And it's called And Then Our Car Got Stolen, because it was right after Montreal. We chose the colors. It knits up really, really nicely. And then we also, during that trip...
No, this was when we went to Maryland Sheep and Wool.
Maryland Sheep and Wool.
We got this at
You're right.
Magpie.
Yes. So this is Twin Mountain Handcrafts. They have really beautiful stitch markers. And we purchased this specifically for a giveaway. We thought it would be really cool with like, this is like origami. So they're
paper cranes.
Paper cranes. Yes, thank you. And the birds are all doing different poses and stuff. Super cool. So this goes to, like I said, Institchspiration for the 205th Street hat. If that is you, this is how you spell it. Wow, I am shaking, guys. What's happening?
Maybe you need to eat something.
Maybe I need some THC. Just kidding.
No, maybe. No, we haven't.
No, I'm pretty.
We never eat before. Very rarely.
But it's also very early. I know. Oops. Sorry, my bad. Okay. And this is another huge pack up by Leading Men Fiber Arts. They were so generous to donate so many different things. And this is really like, they sent us kind of like a whole sampling of their entire shop, basically, of their different bases and whatnot. So another sample pack from them included, so there's 5 skeins here, and then you have a mini in there as well. It's on their different bases, Diva, Dramaturge, Box Office. Can't see what the other ones are, but they're a really fun set of colors too. And this goes to Kroger for doing the Moby sweater, which was another gorgeous sweater. She says that she did that for her husband, which congratulations on having such a successful marriage. Because that's great. So those were all of, that is the FO. So the last one, okay. The last one is something very, very special.
Well, they're all very special.
They are very special. But this one is new. We haven't talked about this one at all. And we're kind of working a little bit with the fellas over at Fiber Hustle.
Chip and Aaron.
Chip and Aaron. They were so generous. They wanted to put together something for this knit-along. And they hit it out of the park. It's an absolutely incredible thing. And the generosity and fun is going to continue over on their shop. Word on the street is that they're going to be having a podcast shortly to talk about this. What? And so we'll show you what this is. They sent over, well, Aaron dyed up yarn specifically for the Let's Hear It for the Boys. And Chip created a special basket as well. So we're sending this as a full pack up, and there's the yarn. It's so stunning.
So this is called Lost Boy. This is Cabin Boy, and this is Pool Boy.
Mm-hmm.
And it complements the basket that Chip made.
So this is the basket.
And this is his
It's a large basket. It's absolutely stunning. Look at the detail. Like the buttons have their logo on it. Is that upside down? Yes. Their buttons have their logo on it. The snaps here. The fun thing, if you've never seen one of Chip's baskets before, is that they're, first of all, very huge. They're interfaced.
Chip has a
huge basket. The interfacing is nice and stiff. So it'll stand up at attention for you whenever you're ready. And it also opens up, so it unsnaps, and like it creates this gigantic basket. You can, now the fun thing about this is you don't have to just knit out of this basket. It's not just, let me put my yarn or project in there. You can put, different bags full of projects. This can sit like a basket on the side of your couch. People have used this as like shopping bags. It's
well, no, you don't. Not for
like milk.
Correct,
because there's some extra.
It may unsnap. You want to.
Look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing.
Your cat may like it as a bed. If you have
Totally.
a small dog, they may use it as a bed.
Yeah, for sure.
But so what's very cool about this pack up is that there are going to be a limited quantities of this available on at Fiber Hustle's website. We've also sent over the Let's Hear It for the Boys pack up, which they will be including. So again, I know it's a small quantity, but it should be up in their shop sometime today.
Hopefully by the end of the day today.
So
There's additional 2 more colors that he dyed as part of the like boys kind of theme. Not 100% sure how the pack-ups are going to be included over there, but if you go to their website, you'll see that they have bundles, and you'll see a familiar logo for Let's Hear It for the Boys on their page. So check them out, see what they have to offer. This has been such a really great knit-along. We've done this for the past 3 years now.
Yeah, that's our 3rd time doing it.
And it's always great to see all the inspiration and everybody getting involved. And again, thank you everybody for the wonderful donations and collaborations that we were able to kind of pull together. So yeah, our hearts are very full. Again, this is a very important, special knit-along for us. You know,
yeah, it's just fun.
Yeah, so great.
And then last thing going in tandem with that is that we still have the Let's Hear It for the Boys pack-ups.
Yes.
So the bag, the sticker, and the pin in the shop, and we've marked them down 15%. So if you add it to your cart and check out, it should automatically reduce the price at checkout. So those are still there. And I think that's all of that. Now we just have Owl Post and... Oh, you know what? Let's just do...
Yeah, do some of your stuff.
Yeah, some shop.
We're not really organized right now.
All right. So I've done some dyeing and added some stuff to the shop. Some of it will be in the shop within the next couple of days because it's just waiting to dry. So, if you were looking for Shady Pines, it did sell out, but I've added some back to the BFL fingering. I've also dyed some on DK. So that will be in the shop within the next couple of days. And I think it looks great on DK.
I was just going to say, look how beautiful that looks on DK.
So this is it on the DK.
So that's pretty true to color.
Yeah, I thought it took the color quite well. This is on 100% superwash merino.
I thought you were going to say 100% DK.
That too. So I've also added back, I didn't bring them up, I forgot, ballet slippers on 100% superwash merino fingering, 4-ply, and Arrakis
that's a
on the 100% superwash merino 4-ply. Also, which this is actually really good because I wanted to see this. Where's that? I thought... So this is Ghost Water. So I've dyed some more of Ghost Water up, and this is on...
Looks more tealy on the
So what I wanted to see, I was like, oh, is this too much like this?
No.
This is greener.
Yes.
And this is bluer.
Yep.
Right? I wonder. Yeah, you could see the
difference.
difference.
You can definitely see the difference. Huge difference.
So
even I can with my colorblind eyes.
So this is Ghost Water, 100% superwash merino, 4-ply, fingering, and then
It's such a delicate like color, you know?
Added it to, I dyed some up on DK also. So those will be in the shop within the next couple of days if they're not already up there. This one is on fingering, and I don't know what it is yet. I was just messing around with some colors, and really I quite like it.
It kind of looks autumnal. It really does.
Yeah, it's giving me...
It's giving me Scarecrow vibes.
It was giving me mountain, like mountain something. Okay. But yeah, so this will be there once I figure out a name and get pictures taken.
Mountain Scarecrow.
No. This I did... Somebody had asked about having its fall y'all on superwash merino instead of the BFL in nylon, so I've dyed some of that up. Frozen hot cocoa
I love this
on
one.
The 75/25 superwash.
Can you believe we're
nylon.
getting into that season now?
I know. And this is peppermint bark, which is
Welcome back.
75/25 superwash merino. So that's some of what I've been dyeing, because a lot of it has been
tonals.
Tonal. Oh, I did a lot of those the week before.
Yeah,
that was like my main focus, the colors that I'm using for the MCAL.
Totes.
All right, so up next is Owl Post.
Owl Post.
So this one,
I think we only have
these two things.
Yeah.
All right, so the lovely people over at Euclid reached out.
This was
and,
so unexpected.
They were very excited that we're going to be hitting our 100th episode. So they wanted to thank us for using the products and congratulate us on our upcoming 100th episode. So we are going to have a prize available. We'll be doing a giveaway for our 100th episode, and one of the prizes will be coming from the folks over at Euclid, and they will ship that out once we pick it. But they sent us a little sampling of some products. So one of my favorite ones is actually their grapefruit.
Yes.
And
we use this product. Like,
I used Euclid.
We're not saying anything that we...
No, even
your yarn. My
yarn, after it's dyed and I wash it, I soak it in an unscented Euclid before I dry it.
Yep. And then anything that we block, I use Euclid as well.
Euclid. So I do...
Oh, look how pretty.
I know. So this is Kaylee.
Oh, I didn't say this. Did you look at this?
I did look at this because I opened it.
That's nice.
So yeah, so grapefruit's one of my favorites. And this is made in Canada. They have 5 cents.
Read in the thank you card.
And you don't have to wash them, like...
Rinse them out, right.
Rinse them out. So...
Look how fun.
Right, so jasmine, which I've never smelled jasmine.
Nor have I.
It smells really nice.
So you smelled it already?
Yeah,
boy,
lavender.
Way to be a partner.
And eucalyptus.
Ooh.
I just started using the eucalyptus, and I love this one as well. The jasmine's really nice.
It's really nice.
Right? And then they have the unscented Euclid.
I like the lavender too.
But I believe
I do like the lavender.
This is a new product. It's a natural balm. So it is to protect and repair rough skin, cuticles, and dry hair. Or you can simply dab it as a perfume. This one is unscented, so this would not...
My favorite type of perfume. I'm just kidding.
And then this one is eucalyptus.
It is like a balm.
I love the smell of eucalyptus.
Just wanted to be sure. You know, sometimes even though a product says that it's unscented, there's still like an interesting scent. This is literally nothing. That's really great for anybody who's sensitive to these things. Like, you know, we hear people who can't use scented like wool washes and things, so their unscented wool wash is great. And this is for sure definitely unscented. What a great idea.
Yeah, so this
Natural
and it says
and vegan.
It is female founded and operated for 3 generations.
Love that.
So it's 100% biodegradable and non-toxic. Yeah, it's the one that I use. Yeah. So you don't have to just use it for your knits. You can use it on your delicates.
Like fabric delicates, like products.
Oh.
This is nice. Oh, this is almost like...
Do you know that I would have never thought of this, but you can use it...
on pets?
On pets, because of the lanolin in it. Lanolin will help protect their skin.
What a cool... Thank you all so much. That was so nice. Wow. Oh, there's Eucalyptus wipes? What are those?
I didn't see the wipes.
Yeah, there's like towelettes. Stain treating towelettes. Okay.
Yeah, so if you haven't tried it...
Hey, yeah, for sure.
Check them out because...
As you can tell, we are in love.
Yeah. I have a huge jug that I bought for the yarn dyeing aspect and use that. Everything gets soaked in that and rinsed in it. So
wow, that's really sweet.
Kaylee and the Euclid team. That was very sweet of them. And then we had mentioned this last time, is that the team over at Twice Sheared Sheep reached out to us, and we are now an affiliate of Twice Sheared Sheep. So they sent, I left something downstairs from it. Okay. But they sent over some of the stuff that you can find at their site. So some snag-free stitch markers. So we got a penguin.
I like the penguin.
Little yarn ball and needles. These are really...
Yeah, those are handy.
Really pretty.
Yeah.
And this row counter, because I don't have one.
I do.
You do. Now I do.
Yes. So, and also they have these cute little tins that you can store these things in. I have one with a llama blowing a bubble, which is super cute, right? And you know, you just store all of your
little notions in them.
Little notions, or all of your twice shared sheep stuff. Like in my tin, I have the row counters and all of the extra little things that I had gotten for them. They also have these cable lock stitch markers that you put on the cables of the like a circular knitting, or if you're knitting like a shawl or whatever, you don't put it on the end of the needle, you put it on the cable itself, so it prevents the stitches from sliding off your needle.
And the other thing that they sent us that I forgot to bring up is the I'm pretty confident this was it. It's the sock sizing ruler that you can wear.
Up.
Yeah, so they have it in 4 colors and you can wear it as a bracelet. It's like one of those slap bracelet type of things. So that's very cool as well. So thank you to Twice Sheared Sheep for sending this over. Maybe we could use some of these stitch markers too as a giveaway.
Oh, that's a great idea.
In the future.
Sure.
We have, and I think that's all I will post. Yeah. So now on
no, this is considered Owl Post because they were so generous. So you all know how much I love Going Gnome, and if you can see above my head on the top shelf I know you can't, but if you could see above there, you would probably see about 12.
I counted 9, and I know that there's more than that. So yeah, probably about 12 felting kits. One of those is mine though. I have the baby penguins that I haven't done yet.
That makes me feel a little bit better.
So you have 11.
So I am obsessed with Going Gnome. I think their products are so much fun. The end results, like you can see, they're all over the place. I love doing them.
So
there's this one over here.
Let's ask now, guys, how many kits do you think he will purchase at Rhinebeck? Because they will be there. So if you have a guesstimate, leave it down below of how many kits Ray's going to buy from Going Gnome. And then how many kits he will buy from Woolen Folk Rhinebeck weekend. Not just felting, because he can't walk away from a kit. So I'm just wondering, what are your thoughts? Continue.
So, as part of so every year they do a mystery club for them as well, and they all have, there's a theme. Last year was the endangered species type of thing, so you can see like the sloth and the blue-footed booby. There is, I don't think I did it. I think I've only done the 2.
No, you have no, right next to the sloth is
the shrew, the rainbow shrew.
Yep. And
which is super cute. And then I have I think I have one more plus a gnome to do.
Is the frog?
No, the frog was my very first one.
Okay.
Oh no, these 2 were my very first.
Yep.
Yeah, the Christmas tree gnomes or tree gnomes. Anywho, the next one is like an under the sea type of thing, like sea animals. And this one is so cool because it's so different than some of the other ones that I had gotten. And it's a mermaid.
It's cute.
What?
She's adorable.
She's adorable.
Oh, and it has a rock behind her.
There's a little rock with a starfish.
Cute.
Yeah. I think it'll probably help
stabilize.
Them sit up.
Yeah.
There may be an option. I don't know. I haven't opened this yet, but one of the reasons why I love their kits is that they always include, different skin tones. You can make your gnome male, female, non-binary, however you want to, you can do that. So I'm wondering if maybe there's an option to make something different than a female. Who knows? So anyway, I think it's super cute. It's so different, right?
Yeah, that's different than what you've
So now that I'm kind of caught up, I want to sit down and do a few of these kits. They're so much fun to do. This one's an intermediate, and it makes a mermaid approximately 5 inches tall, it says.
Nice.
Right? Sorry, I get distracted very easily. So
we know.
Thank you. That was they were so generous. They sent me sending me the mystery kit club for 2023, which has been great. I will tell you for sure, for people who are guessing how many kits I will get,
One for sure.
One is definitely the Rhinebeck gnome this year. It's adorable. Hopefully they have some left. I was waiting till we went to Rhinebeck to get it. But it's a gnome felting a little mini gnome.
It's cute.
It's adorable. So that's on my wish list. So if you guessed one, it doesn't count. Okay?
All right. What else? So
And
next
then
up is
that's it.
just what we
Yes.
bought. And that was just last weekend, right?
Yes.
Well,
We're not.
no.
Yeah. Here,
Okay.
you want to do that?
Yeah, so last weekend, again, we went to Westport Yarn.
Oh, you know what? This is Owl Post.
That's right. I forgot about that.
So these are really cool. This was sent to us by Brenda, and she had these needle size markers. So they're designed to be clipped to your work shortly after you cast on. That way, if you take the needles or hook off for a different project, you'll always know what size you need when you go back to your whip. So this set has 10 markers, 1 through 10 for US sizes. So basically, they're cute little markers. So like you can say like if your project was started on a US 4, then you borrow the needles for something else because who hasn't done that before? You can go back to your project and be like, oh yeah, that's a US 4. So let me get my 4s back out again without having to like rummage through and figure out where you are. Plus they're super cool.
Yeah.
Right?
And I'm sorry.
Aren't they cute?
I did not hear. Did you mention the Etsy site?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
So if you're interested in getting some of these for yourself, it's under Knitter's Elegance. So if you go to Etsy and you search, or you really just Google Knitter's Elegance Etsy, it'll pop right up. But we'll have a link to that down below so you can get there right from our show notes. Ooh, that smells lovely.
I know. All right.
That was my choice to get
Yeah.
those candles, so you're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah. So last weekend we went to Westport Yarn. We went to go see Stephanie of Asylum Fiber, and we got a little something from her. She will be at Cake Palooza. So if you see her, stop by her booth, check her out. Her base is beautiful.
It really is.
So I got her Luxe Fingering, and this is a one of a kind. It's called Almond Butter. It's 3 skeins of fingering, sock yarn, 438 yards, 100 grams. It's 100% superwash merino, extra fine. And I'm thinking of doing a vest with this because I would like to try to make a garment again out of superwash merino.
Mm-hmm.
I love my Montrealer, but I knit it out of superwash merino, and the weight of it just drags down. Like by the end of the day, it's pretty much at my knees. So I've been fearful of knitting a garment out of superwash yarn. So I would like to give it a shot with a lighter weight and a smaller project to see how I can work that and use some of my stash that's superwash, since I have so much of it, in some garments. And I just thought this was beautiful, very reminiscent of like whiskey from Totally Yarns. It's a beautiful color. I'm always drawn to this. So I got that, and I like the idea that it's a one of a kind, and I have them.
Me too.
All right, and then you purchased this.
I did. So this is for my mother, who will likely watch this. So it's not a super big surprise, although it will be to her now because I didn't tell her about this. I saw that she was looking for purple yarn for a hat, which I think she's already completed. But I saw this and I immediately thought of her. I thought it was so cute. It's on her glitter sock. It's called Absolum. Absolum? I don't know.
It's so galaxy-like. It reminds me of the cosmos. Yeah, it's
and
beautiful.
It's probably going to be difficult for you to. Oh, you can kind of see some of the sparkle.
Yeah,
when the light it's very lightly sparkled, but when the light hits, it definitely glitters. It's really, really, really pretty. So it's a 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 5% gold stellina, which is really great. So I'm going to be giving this to my mother. And
that's yours.
Okay, so this feels incredible. This is a mono yarn made in Peru. It's 70% baby alpaca, 30% merino. Amano Warmy, which is the name. And it is, I think I just told you, 70% baby alpaca and 30% merino wool. The reason why I bought this, and this is an Aran weight, I believe. It's 164 yards per 100 grams.
Yeah.
So maybe about a worsted / Aran weight.
No, I would say I would go Aran.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And there was a sample that was super cool. I took a picture of it. I didn't pull up the pattern on Ravelry though, but I do have a picture of it. It's these fingerless mitts. They're called the Peter Swell mitts, and it has a really neat cable pattern. Oh, we'll maybe do a Zoom today after lunch.
Okay. Yeah, they were really cute.
Yeah, they were really, really cool. And I tried them on. They fit me very well. And Peter Swell mitts. We'll have that link down below. So that's what this was for. So things was intentional.
Yep.
And I think that's really... And then,
all right, and then I just picked it, and then we just kind of got some notion stuff.
I didn't see these.
So
you were telling me about these.
Ray didn't like some emery boards that I bought for him off of Amazon. So we got some Cocoa Knits. It's a set of 6.
Because emery boards are so good to add to your notions, for sure.
And this is something new from Cocoa Knits. These are their maker clips. So they're magnetic. And they can work with their maker's board or with like a project bag. So they're magnetic. They're like silicone and they're magnets. So you could put it on, which I would not have thought that it's so strong. Like, watch it not work. No, it works. Look. So you put it on your project bag and you could add a stitch mark, like your stitch markers to it. Or if you're knitting from a book, it's your bookmark and you put it on the page that you're in. Or if you have the Cocoa Knits board, you put it on the side and you can hold your pen to it or stuff like that. So I was like, oh, I think that's super handy. Especially,
yeah, I'm curious to see how you're going to end up using them, because I think there's a lot of different ways.
Well, remember too, once I get the paper I have the idea of actually really trying to keep a knitting book.
Yeah.
So like to mark where your project is and stuff on there. So I just thought that they were little handy things to have. And then they had some candles, and we're a sucker for a good candle. This is from Wax and Wool. And this one, oh my gosh.
They're incredible.
This one's called Pumpkin Spice, and it just brings me into the season, and that one is amazing.
This is spiced cider. Yeah. It's so good.
And then we qualified, because it was Western Connecticut crawl, based on our purchases, we got a nice little bag. This is from No Knits, their Go Knit bag.
K-N-O-W.
So the little camo with a little orange zipper, and the inside where you put stuff in.
It's like that parachuting material?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, like when we were kids and we did the parachute in the air.
Yeah, remember that?
So that's that. That's everything.
No, I have one more thing.
Oh, that's right.
This is also a future project, future, like immediate future project.
You don't think that person watches, right?
No, but she chose the pattern.
Oh, true.
Right, she asked me to knit
that's
it for
right.
her. So
I was thinking of something else. But go ahead.
Tell me.
No. Please continue.
No, I want to know. Did I promise somebody else?
No, you're good. I just want to smell this while you talk.
Okay. So I had mentioned this the last time on the last podcast. Somebody at our knit night is having a baby, and we were kind of talking, and she had asked if I would be willing to knit her this really cute romper that she chose. I didn't show the pattern last time, so I will do that now because the yarn finally came for it. This is the Mountain Romper Suit. The pattern also comes with a separate, or the purchase also came with a separate hat pattern as well that matches it. And it is by Mimi Knitting. It is a 36-page pattern and video links embedded in the pattern as well. So looking through it, I was a little intimidated by like, holy crap, 36 pages. But there are tips and tricks in here. There's like I said, video links and everything is charted as well as written. So here it is. It's super cute. So it's going to be adorable. So it's a textured, it kind of looks like a herringbone texture in a little bit, but it's like knits and pearls. There's some cables embedded in there too along the raglan. It's going to be difficult to see, but there's some cable there.
That's not bad. Yeah, it looks chevron-y to me.
Yeah, maybe it's more like chevrons. But it's going to be super cute. I haven't chosen the buttons yet for it, but I did choose the yarn.
Oh, you could get them at Rhinebeck.
Oh, great idea. The she wanted neutral beige. This is her first baby. She knows it's going to be a boy, and this is the color palette that she chose. So I had a heck of a time trying to find the yarn for that pattern because it's I don't know exactly where it is. I don't know if it's the Middle East or not, where the designer is and how they chose the yarns. The recommended yarns we can't really get here. So I'm looking at a substitution, and I went with Knit Picks. Wool of the Andes Superwash worsted.
Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. In a really nice beige color. It's almost like an almondy beige color, depending on the lighting. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I would say it's...
Okay, so this is in the Oyster Heather colorway, which I've used in a few different sweaters before too. And it's 100% superwash wool. It's it's very bouncy. I think it'll be a good substitution for it.
Yeah,
and then once it's washed, it's super washed, so she can throw it in the washer or dryer, all of those things that she wants to. So I got 6 skeins of this. I was a little bit concerned because the pattern calls for quite a lot of yardage. And but I don't know why. Maybe because it is a romper, but it's a newborn. I'm going to do the newborn size. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, I've got some. This is what it is. That's my next cast on.
All right.
And that's all I got.
So last up is what we've been reading and watching. Watching's simple. I know, me too. So we watched season 1 of whatchamacallit? Star
Ahsoka?
Wars. Yep, Ahsoka. Wow.
Ahsoka.
Yep. Enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I liked the story.
I liked it too. It was a little slower than like The Mandalorian or something like that, but it was very enjoyable. We also watched the cartoon
Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah, so we were kind of familiar with some of those characters.
Yeah, it was actually really cool to see them grown up.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was fun.
Like 20 years later or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then we just started watching Picard season 1. We're only a couple episodes into that.
And it's pretty good. It's weird for me because the Next Generation is definitely like raised me, kind of like I grew up with it, you know? So it's interesting to see his character development. So I'm curious to see how the series is going to progress.
Okay, and that's pretty much it. We haven't watched much.
We've been doing some podcasts.
Oh, speaking of, okay, so podcasts.
Yes.
So here, let's talk about some that you can subscribe to if you haven't. So 1, Michael, Piece for Piece. 2, Jonathan from Jonathan's Days. 3, Amy Palco of The Meaningful Stitch. And 4 is, hold on, I know them. I've watched them several times. No. Who are you thinking?
Continue. Hurry up, though, because I really have to go.
Oh, my God. Wool and Wishes.
Oh, yeah, they're very cute.
Right? Wool and Wishes.
Yes.
So, yes, Wool and Wishes. Here they are. And another one.
They're lovely.
They are. I watched one a couple weeks ago. They've been setting them as premieres. Mm-hmm. So, and then they chat. So I try to go in and chat a little bit. Yeah. And another one is Mari of Colorado Knitter is another new one.
Yes.
That she's just started. So there's another podcast. And who are you thinking?
It's okay.
Okay. All right. So, and what have we been reading?
I'll start. Because I gotta wrap this up because I'm about to have a situation. So, I've started, I think I talked about this, the Red Rising series based on Kevin's recommendations. So I finished book 1. I was listening to that on Audible. It's called Red Rising.
Yep.
And then I started book 2.
And finished.
And finished book 2. That was The Golden Sun. So good. And I was going to take a break, and then shenanigans went down the last 10 minutes, and I'm like, holy crap. I need to immediately start book 3. So I did start book 3, and I'm currently listening to that now, and I don't know what it's called.
It is called Morningstar.
Morningstar. And the character development is really good, and listening to it on Audible is great. The reader has a Scottish like accent, and it's really fun listening to how he does his characters, and he doesn't change his voice like a lot of people do to the extreme where you're like, all right, now you're just like, you're pushing it. So it's very natural. It's easy to listen to. This book is going to be like 20-hour listening. So it's a lot. It's a commitment, but it's a lot of fun.
It's such a good series.
Yeah, the world building is fantastic.
Oh my
gosh.
How
they're keeping track of all this, and the names and the characters.
There's so many.
The hierarchies and all of that stuff. It's really well done. Then I believe I finished a book. Nope, I don't think I did. I am currently reading The Burning Witch, I believe. And that is book 1 of the newest series based off of the House Witch series, which I absolutely adore. It is by, Morningstar, that's right. The Burning Witch, it is by Delemhach. And I'm probably about halfway done, if not a little bit more. It follows the daughter of our main character, the House Witch, from the House Witch series, about 20 years later. And I love it. I love the interactions. I love the way that they build magic and that whole pantheon kind of situation. Really great. I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Nice. So
I believe that's all I have.
I'm just going to talk about 2 because I finished some here and there and I don't remember when. I've been taking I need some cozy, easy reads after reading book 3 of Red Rising series. So book 3 again was Morningstar.
I did finish the book.
Go ahead.
Did I finish this? I think I talked about it already.
You did talk about it already.
Okay, great. Forget what I said. Carry on.
So I just recently finished a book called The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandanna. This was a book talk recommendation. This book was just kind of what I needed. It was paced well. There were no bad guys in it. There was no crisis that there was, but nothing super major. It was just a cozy read.
Yeah.
The main character, it takes place in England. Main character's name is Micah. She is a witch. In this world, witches are pretty solitary because too many in one place attracts too much power. Not power, it attracts too much magic, which is often described as like a gold dust that floats throughout. So you can see it gathering as a witch. It's my clip.
You always have to play with something.
I know, I love a good fidget, so this is fantastic. If you need a fidget spinner, here you go.
Where's your fidget ring that I bought you
downstairs? On my Roscog. So, but in this book, witches are also all orphaned. If you are born a witch, somehow, and you find out why, but somehow your parents pass away and you are orphaned. So
you tell me about this. I think that's really...
She is an orphan. She was raised kind of by a witch and some tutors. So it kind of goes into it. So it was really, really good. And last night, after having our treats, I decided to start book 4 in the Red Rising series. So I'm now reading Iron Gold, which takes place 10 years after Morningstar.
Neat. Do you remember what you read?
Yeah, I do. Because I only read 2 chapters.
Okay.
So that is everything, you guys.
Yeah.
We appreciate you sticking around.
That was fun.
I don't know. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Again, we will be in Hudson Valley next week. So if you see us at any of the events, please feel free to stop by and say hi.
Hey,
don't
let's
forget,
do a little...
on Friday, we will be at the Le Garçon booth at 2 p.m. Eastern Time with Michael from Piece for Piece, and Jonathan from Jonathan Stays.
And obviously Max and Vincent.
And Max and Vincent
Lego
should be there working their booth.
So we're talking about maybe our next podcast will be the week after Rhinebeck, and we're kind of talking about whether or not we do that as a live or as a regular podcast. We will ultimately make the decision, but we'd like to hear what you would like to see. Do you like a regular podcast, or do you like to see it
Or would
live?
you like both? One a podcast and one that's just a Rhinebeck Woolen Folk recap that's live.
Oh.
Yep. So I think that is everything, friends. I hope that you guys have a good 2 weeks, and we will see you in a fortnight.
Bye.